Well, I just was listening to my mother speak a few minutes ago to Gary Williams, who designed this building, that this venture actually started in 2001, if you can believe it. And I really want to give a round of applause to my mom, who really put this together. I wish I could take credit for this, but I can't. And I can tell you I'm all very, very proud of everyone in this room. This has taken a long time to get here, and it's taken a long time to get the right people on the bus, so to speak. And we're all part of a very special mission. What I want to talk about just briefly is this center is unique, not in Dallas or Texas or the United States, but in the world. This has taken a long time to bring all these talents together into one room, into one building, so that we can service people out there so differently. What you're going to hear tonight is each of us talk a little bit about what the offerings we have, and I think you're going to see the specialness by the time the night is over. And what I just wanted to do in a very short synopsis fashion, summarize some of the I sort of broke it down into these areas because we talk about wellness, and that concept wellness evolved over these years. And when we got all the right components and all the right people together, that's when the definition congealed. And we start out with something that obviously I'm passionate about, which is an aesthetic and luxury market. And we really have captured every component of that, and especially with the opening of our spa very soon, you're going to see all those components. The facial plastic surgery with Josie Hebert delivering wonderful hairstyling and coloring and other services. The spa is going to blow your mind when that opens in about 6 weeks or so. Luminaire Laser with Connie heading up that flagship. That's going to be amazing. And Vina with Dr. Stefanian, Dr. Chung here. It's amazing. Dental services, the incomparable Dr. Koo, and delivering absolutely wonderful services. Every time I take someone through the tour, I think I know his services better than he does. No, I'm just biochemical, we forget when we look at the whole picture of wellness, we forget sometimes one component or the other. We have the physicality that's so obvious, but the biochemical component is so integral to our success in helping people. And there isn't a day that doesn't go by without my emphasizing to my patients the importance of looking inside. And that's for someone that works on the outside. So this is wonderful with Anti-Aging and Vitality Center in Dallas. Structural. It was almost like Reese's Peanut Butter Cups when Michael Solberg and Michael Boxemom sat in a room together and they found that convergence of the structural and biochemical, something that I know that Virginia was even talking about, looking to work with nutrition and biochemical, and some of the elements that even Dr. Hugelon was missing with structural. That convergence was just there, and I think it's just an amazing confluence of talent that we're going to have and that we have in this building. Clearly, weight loss. Talking about the problems with obesity and this, and it's pandemic across the United States, but there's an epicenter here in Texas, and having services that are provided by iVital, and also for a lesser extent, if they're smaller degrees, with the liposelection and Vaser techniques that are available at the Anti-Aging and Vitality Center. So I'm very, very proud to have all of you on board with us. I want you to understand that part of what is so important is the core culture. What defines the existence of my practice, what defines the existence of this building is people. And I will tell you that what moves me on a daily basis is what we can deliver and what we can deliver to the individual out there. We're changing lives one at a time. So never feel as if that person you took care of, whether it's an elective cosmetic procedure or whatever it is, they're a human being on that end. And I wanted to read something that I'm very proud of. I just got this yesterday, and to me this makes my entire existence worth it. I was going to read 2 letters, but I'm going to read one. Over here? Okay. Spot? Okay, well that's part of the design. I want the logo on my face. What are you thinking? It's all marketing. Dear Dr. Lamb, my parents have taught me since I was very young that the purpose of our lives is to serve God and people with a heart of love, humility, and excellence. I want to thank you for demonstrating this so beautifully to me over the past several weeks. It was obvious during our first visit that you were genuinely interested in giving me the best care possible. You explained everything thoroughly. You gave me a gentle hug at the end of our meeting, and it warmed my heart. Thank you so much for the gift of breathing normally. It was the first thing I noticed when I woke up after my surgery, and it just keeps getting better every day. Also, I love my nose. It looks even better than before I had my accident. Just as you promised, there was a little swelling or bruising. My friends didn't even notice I had surgery. My incision is not the least bit noticeable. My mother has kept a special folder in her filing cabinet for years entitled Marty's Great Accomplishments. One day she shared its contents with me, and in it were letters of appreciation from my father's interventional radiology patients from past years. These patients expressed their thankfulness for his kindness, genuine concern, and his special efforts to minimize their pain. I consider these treasures to be my legacy. Dr. Lamb, you're also amazingly wonderful in this respect. I hope you place this letter in your own personal file of greatest accomplishments, so that one day when they are read by your loved ones, they too will be blessed and proud to have known what a tremendous impact you have had on the lives of others, especially a 16-year-old girl from Arkansas. Thank you for your labor of love, kindness, compassion, and your sweet, gentle spirit. God bless you. So I'll tell you that this is not too long an introduction, but I can tell you that I feel your spirit and your presence every time I walk through the building. The reason I try to do that is I want to stay connected with you, because I get ensconced in my own little microcosm of the world. And I just want you to understand, I'm absolutely proud. You wouldn't be in this building if that weren't the case. It took too many years to get you guys on board, because we went through a lot of people that weren't right. You can ask Dr. Koo, who signed up early on with us, how difficult it was to get the right people here. But this is a blessing from God of how we can come together and be together and to share the Spirit. And I think what we can do is absolutely going to change the world. I mean, absolutely change the world. So I want you to be proud. If you're cutting hair, if you're cleaning teeth, if you're doing whatever you are, you're changing the world one person at a time. And that's why this building is different. Thank you. I'm just going to briefly introduce my services. Don't worry, it's only about 3 minutes. But first I want to introduce what makes my practice a joy, my staff. So I'm going to introduce my staff, and hold on, Valeska and Connie, I'm going to have you're part of my staff, but I'm going to put that into a separate for the Luminaire, and because that's such a special entity. So I'll have Connie, who's my right-hand person for the laser, introduce everyone there too. Let's see who's in the room. My staff, could they stand up, please, so I can introduce you guys? Yeah, my mom too. All right, my mom is my office manager. She runs the shows, she runs the building, so. Amina is my hair transplant coordinator, and I can tell you, she's an amazing woman. She comes and gives 150% every single day, and I couldn't ask for anything more. Vasilka is wonderful. The joy and the heart that she brings to the job every day, every patient is in love with her. Not in that way, because she is just a wonderful, wonderful spirit, and I'm so blessed to have her on my staff. Marcy is one of the smartest people I know. Her brain cells are much higher than mine. And she knows how to control everything in the front. She writes a lot better than I do as well, but she organizes and manages the front. And Constance, who's not here, they both do such a spectacular job in the front side. Darla is also a smart cookie. She really is an amazing woman. I can tell you anytime during a procedure, I'm so focused in what I do, but I value another brain, and Darla is another brain for me. She's really picked up everything by herself and has shown tremendous leadership on the backside. Beth is just the biggest heart you're going to ever see. I can tell you that my patients give her the most applause than any other staff member in this room, and I love my staff members, so don't get me wrong. But she gives, she doesn't give her heart is already there. She doesn't have to work that hard to give her heart because it's already there. So I want to thank my staff for the brilliance and the compassion they bring every day to the job, because this is more than plastic surgery. This is taking care of people, transforming lives. You got that, right? Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Whoever's in the room. I don't want to leave anyone out. I got a lot of staff. Diane really, I can't even begin to thank her for what she's done for me, for the building, for my patients. You'll always hear a gentle spirit when she talks, and time out brains. I have 1/5 the brain cells that she does, and that's the absolute truth, and she'll tell you that too, probably. All right, sorry, okay, you guys help me out here, because Linda is an amazing person. She's been with me about a year now, a little over a year. It's been a year and a half, and she is just really, really such a diligent person. Every day she brings her best, and I can tell you there's not a day that she goes to work without bringing her best. Did I miss anyone? Terrible. Okay. Marcy, see, this is how stupid okay.